Florida, but the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
The Jaguars take over first down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jonah! 10. Alert! Spot!
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On second down, a run with Etienne. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Way to go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Able to find Gray here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. The Jaguars sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And this to a former Giant, it's Evan Ingram. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On first down, Lawrence looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Room here to run. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Giants.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Takes it at the 7. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to run.
That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to pass. Tua. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Lawrence. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These two teams all tied after 1. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
His size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
In motion right is Evans. Now Tua. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped, so
that's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go play action with Lawrence. On the move to his left. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline, there's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week. A throw for Tony is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now this throw caught left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st down, Tagovailoa to Barkley on the check down. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 2 and now on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go play action now. Lawrence, he's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now Lawrence. Touchdown Jaguars. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. To his throw complete there to Thomas. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Tua, the final shot before half. Airing this one out for Evans. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games. But sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and it certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Take it in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Tua going to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
With the kind of game he's had so far, he had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And some room to maneuver. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Tua now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville.
Here's Tua. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And some room to roam now. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are back within a score. Zerline connects on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Jaguars take over first down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And he's got room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Come on, set. Go. Let's go.
Etienne once more.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. And they'll run with Etienne.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne,
his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. Thomas brings it in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He dumps it off to Barkley. Fights through him. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. And it's...
Here we go, set.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This is caught by Evans. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Mike Evans, 31 yards. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Zerline good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down, back at the 23-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A handoff running left is Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Tua.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Barkley, inside handoff. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Jaguars will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
On second down, Etienne once more.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Hey, Charlie! 6-6, 4-5,
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Second and 11. They'll try the left side with Etienne.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
So where did all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne.
His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. 145 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance led by the offense, too. And really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Jacksonville,
they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall